What's up, inspiring gamers? It's been a while since I published on YouTube, so I thought I might share an update on this channel and hopefully some reflections that can help you grow in this game of life as a gamer. I believe if we want to live a life well lived, it's not a bad idea to think of our lives as a video game, so that we can become a player of purpose. Once we acknowledge that it's only a game, we can live more courageously and less seriously, and choose to embrace the adventure instead of living in fear. The first step is to find out what specific game you wish to play, then work to become a really skilled master of your game. Like many gamers, I was once lost in a world full of distractions and did not know where I wanted to go and who I wanted to become in life. In search of pleasure and fun, it's easy to escape into the fantasy world of video games instead of fulfilling our true potential. I have no shame of my past identity because it was through my passion of video games that got me to where I am today. My journey of researching, writing, and talking about philosophy, Jungian psychology, and life lessons associated with so many different games also helped me grow and become a more confident and mature person. This is part of the process of individuation that Jung refers to, which was discussed in my past video. As we become older and enter the work world, we are faced with many more responsibilities in life. That's also the reason why I haven't been active on YouTube for a while. There's only very limited hours and energy left after 48 hours of work in a week. I'm faced with a conflicting decision on how to spend my remaining time wisely. Am I going to use this time to relax and play video games, to keep making more money on top of a full-time job with my music teaching business? Or should I be using the remaining hours to keep researching, publishing, and growing my channel, which would generate little income in the next few years and requires me to let go of a lucrative side business? In the book, The Courage to be Disliked, the philosopher said, the important thing is not what one is born with, but what use one makes of that equipment. Sully in Uncharted 3 also gave a similar advice to Nathan Drake in the story of Uncharted 3.
Here's the thing, kid. We don't get to choose how we start in this life. Real greatness, it's what you do with the hand you're dealt.
We are all born with different talents and interests, but it takes courage and sacrifice to discover our calling, and 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to become the ideal self, the hero that we wish to become. The way to mastery requires a sacrifice. We cannot have everything in the present. The process of becoming the better self can be full of challenges and fulfillment. Greek poet Pindar wrote, "Become who you are by learning who you are." Some people never become who they are. They stop trusting in themselves, conform to others, and end up wearing a mask that hides their true nature. We must fight this tendency to conform to our society's norm or listen to family or friends about what you should do or not do, but believe more in our own inner voice so that we can become who we are destined to become. In my original Uncharted video, I asked a few questions that could help myself and gamers to identify our calling in life. I feel truly thankful to my past self 5 years ago that took the courage to start this channel, because it helps me today just to revisit my previous works. Knowing that my true voice stood the test of time reassures myself that I have the talent and capability to keep publishing. I discovered that the most ideal competitor is actually my past self. After I stopped publishing for a while, a sense of self-doubt and fear would arise. I'm deeply afraid that I cannot live up to my previous contents, and the quality of work might suffer due to my limited remaining time available. The longer I stop creating, the more hesitant I would become. I had an epiphany to accept playing video game is actually more than a fun hobby to kill time. For me, it's an important part of my identity. I've already grown out of the young age of playing games just for the sake of satisfying my selfish need for pleasure and entertainment. But now I still desire to become a player of purpose. As I mentioned in my video on video game addiction, to become a player of purpose is to stop mindlessly playing games and start creating and sharing. My nostalgic and childish past identity as a gamer is not someone I should be ashamed of, but it is my source of creativity and inspiration. Playing Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed when I was 12 years old inspired me to own a Porsche one day. Even I still can't afford it right now in my mid-30s. I have absolute faith that if I keep following my dream and keep publishing, something good will result and some new doors will open. Inspired by the millionaire Fastlane, having a Fastlane publishing business that detaches money from work time is my dream. The journey will be long and difficult, almost seems impossible to someone like me outside the publishing world. But Marcus Aurelius said, Do not think that what is hard for you to master is humanly impossible. And if it is humanly possible, consider it to be within your reach. So I will keep reading, researching, and publishing practical philosophy that relates to gamers. Not only to help others, but to also help myself. Comment down below and share what is your dream that you aspire to turn into reality. What video game life lessons you wish to see in the future. I won't have time to play every game, but I will make time to keep researching and publishing. Please smash that like button and share my channel to other gamers who might be interested in self-help improvement. See you in the next video.